Everybody's looking for the magic fundraising wand, even though we've all been told and intellectually we know that there is no magic wand. There is no switch to flip, no spell to cast, not even wishing on a star is going to make people donate to your nonprofit. Maybe there are a lot of reasons why you're not getting donations. Every nonprofit's unique. Your geographic area, your mission, the people or cause you serve, your reputation, your organizational personality. No two nonprofits are alike. But despite all those nuances, I can tell you with certainty the number one reason people aren't donating to your organization. What we're going to talk about today is the biggest reason the money is not coming in the way you'd hoped. And if you fix this one thing, you can make a big difference in how people understand what you do and why they should support you. If you want to make it crystal clear to prospective donors why they should give you their hard-earned money, then you're going to want to listen to this episode.
Welcome to Profitable Nonprofits. I'm Bernadette Mack, and I help nonprofit leaders just like you build sustainable, thriving organizations without the burnout. If you're tired of constantly chasing donations, or you struggle with engagement, or you're wondering how to make a bigger impact, well, you're in the right place. Each week, we tackle real nonprofit challenges with practical, no-fluff strategies that you can apply right away. You're doing all the hard work, so now let's make it a little easier.
Today, we're talking about the number one reason people are not donating to your organization. It's not because you don't have the best CRM. It's not because you don't have a development department. It's not even because you don't have a big enough mailing list. The reason is very simple. For nearly every organization that struggles to get donations, the simple reason for that is that they haven't clearly explained why someone should give to them right now instead of giving to someone else or at all. People have a lot of choices when it comes to parting with their money, and you can be sure your organization is not the only one asking for donations. In order to help a prospective donor decide to give you their money versus to anyone else, or to just keep it and buy themselves something nice, you must clearly explain why your organization is the right place and why now is the right time. This concept of why should I give to you versus someone else or at all is called your value proposition. And this definition of value proposition comes to us from a group called NextAfter. They offer a course on the importance of value propositions and how to craft them on their website. I'll link to it in the show notes because the last time I checked, it's available for free. And I took this course when it first came out, and it changed the way I looked at every single one of my clients' marketing and fundraising materials. When I'm helping to write website copy or solicitation emails, even newsletters, in the back of my mind, I'm trying to always answer in as many different ways as possible why someone should support this organization above all others and why now is the best time to do so. Trying to always be getting at these answers is the crux of all the messaging that I create. I highly recommend taking the time to go through this course. It's about 4 hours, but it breaks down each aspect of a great value proposition and how it applies to your fundraising efforts. So, supposing you don't have enough time to take that 4-hour course, I'm going to go over the main points for fixing this number one reason why people aren't giving to you. So let's get into it.
Hey, nonprofit leaders, does your mission statement actually inspire action? Or is it an old relic filled with nonprofit jargon and cliches? If you're looking to craft a mission, vision, and value statement that truly connects with donors, volunteers, and stakeholders, I've got the perfect resource for you. My Mission Workbook is a DIY guide designed to help you and your team clarify your purpose, align your messaging, and create statements that fuel real impact. Stop talking around what you do and start connecting your mission with donors and members. Everything, and I do mean everything, starts with a well-written mission statement. Grab your copy today at BernadetteMac.com under Resources.
All right, let's talk about how you can create a value proposition that will help people clearly understand what you're doing, why it matters, and how they can help. A great value proposition, and all credit to NextAfter for this definition, a great value proposition is appealing, exclusive, clear, and credible. So let's take them one by one. First off, appealing. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. Is your mission something people want to support? Does what you're doing and the impact your donors can make by supporting you sound good to them? Your cause probably won't be for everyone, but is your organization positioned in a way that makes people say, yeah, I can get behind that? Number 2, exclusive. This is a big one. What impact are you promising that donors can't make anywhere else? Why is your organization the one they should trust to do the best job rescuing animals off the street, or providing services to people experiencing homelessness, or protecting the environment, or providing live entertainment and theater, whatever it may be? It's very likely that for every mission out there, there are several places that donors could support. So why should it be you? What sets you apart? This has to be very apparent to donors. You must be credible, trustworthy, and somehow uniquely qualified to solve the problem at hand. You want people to believe that their best bet for helping the homeless is through supporting your efforts. Everyone wants value for their money. You give this value by demonstrating why you are the best stewards of their support. And here's a side note for membership organizations that are looking for new members. The concept is the same. What are you offering that your members can't find anywhere else? There are a million clubs to join, so why should they join yours? Sometimes this is called differentiation, but it's all part of an effective value proposition. Let's take a quick break and come back to discuss numbers 3 and 4. All right, number 3, clear. This can and will be a topic all its own, and it could fill probably multiple episodes. But for today's purposes, I need you to know that there's a big chance that if you have a value proposition, it's probably not very clear. And by clear, I mean it's not written in nonprofit jargon or corporate speak. It's plainly laid out in terms that anyone can understand and be able to immediately process. Many times I see organizations just kind of ripping phrases out of their mission statements, and they have a bunch of jargon or vague language, and they kind of put it all together to repurpose them for the value proposition. But this is not the way. And by the way, like we talked about last week, you probably do need to update your mission and vision statements, just reminding you. But have you ever seen phrases like these? We provide essential services to those in need. Or we are dedicated to making a positive impact on our community. We strive to improve lives through our programs. We offer quality services to a diverse population. It's like, okay. Time after time, when I'm looking at clients' marketing or fundraising materials, I have to ask, what does that actually mean? Like specifically. They know what it means. I can probably figure out what it means, but the audience shouldn't have to do the guesswork. And trust me, they're not going to. Better examples of clear value propositions are every dollar you provide, every dollar you give provides 10 meals to families in need through our food bank network. Or something like, with your support, we can build safe and affordable homes for families in need. What sounds more appealing and clear? I want to give money so that more families can have safe and affordable housing, or I want to give money so that needy people can have essential services. I know that this can be confusing because maybe your organization does provide essential services to people in need, and that statement is not wrong. It's just not clear about how you do that, and it's certainly not inspiring or appealing to a donor. Being clear means getting super specific about what donations can and have done to help people or pets or whatever it may be, in plain terms that people can understand, not that they have to try to decode. What this means is that you have to develop ways of articulating your value proposition that target different aspects of what you do. Resist the urge to try and sum up everything in one short phrase, like essential services to people in need. Get used to saying the same things in different ways throughout your marketing and fundraising materials. All right, finally, number 4, credible. We touched on this a bit before, but here I want you to think about how you paint the picture for your donors and what impact they can expect to make by supporting you. Is it realistic? If people don't believe that they can actually make a difference, especially for huge problems like poverty and hunger, they're less likely to contribute. Be careful when sending messages like donate today to end poverty in America, or make a gift today to stop domestic abuse. These types of outcomes, ending poverty and abuse, may be your ideal vision for the future and maybe everybody's ideal vision for the future. And they might even be included in your vision statement. But most people understand that these are huge problems with many layers and an infinite amount of complicating factors. There is a disconnect between that type of outcome and the $50 donation you're asking for. We know that every gift helps, but equating that outcome with one person's donation makes the value proposition seem less credible. We're working towards a future free from domestic violence. With your support, we can get victims to safety one person at a time. Your $100 gift today pays for a room and counseling services for a week. So that's a much more believable or credible statement than please contribute $100 today and stop the cycle of domestic abuse. Like, yeah, ultimately that's what we want to do, but does the person really connect with that outcome because they can only give $100? These are just some random examples, not what I'd actually create or, real world advice. It's just to illustrate the point of credibility in your fundraising appeals. And finally, it's important to address why now is the best or the most important time to make a donation to your organization. Why should donors not put it off? What makes this time so critical? Why is there urgency around your fundraising at this time? You'll want to address this every time you ask. Now's the best time because we just opened a new center. Now is the best time because the issue is at an all-time high. Or now is the best time because we're embarking on an important new project. Now is the best time because tomorrow will be too late. Whatever it is, just let them know why now is the time. Otherwise, they'll come back to another time, but they probably won't. Or they say they'll think about it, and they probably won't. So don't take for granted that donors know why your ask is important right now. They probably do not know. So that's it. We've uncovered the number one reason why people aren't giving to your organization and how to fix it by crafting a value proposition that you can use in different ways throughout all of your marketing and fundraising materials to answer that burning question that every prospective donor subconsciously wants to know. Why should I give to you today instead of giving to someone else or at all? People shouldn't have to try to figure this out for themselves because they won't. They're too busy. Everything is taking their attention. There's too much other stuff for people to pay attention to. You may think the answers are obvious or that they've already been answered in other places on your website or in past emails, but it has to be explained every time. And the best place to have your value proposition clearly laid out is right next to your donation form on your donation page. Right at the point of the transaction, you must be explaining why they are taking the right action. So this week, I want you to take a look at your donation page or your latest solicitation email and see if you can find an appealing, exclusive, clear, and credible value proposition. If not, it's worth your time to come up with one. Have you answered the question of why someone should give to you instead of someone else or not at all? If you have, then you have conquered the number one reason why people aren't donating to your organization. If you have questions or you need help, please leave me a voicemail at 914-297-7692. Or if you just have some other topics you'd like to hear about that I can cover here on Profitable Nonprofits, I would love to hear them. Thanks for tuning in to Profitable Nonprofits. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a new one. Also, consider providing a 5-star rating and help more nonprofit leaders find the show. For more resources and strategies to grow your nonprofit, visit BernadetteMac.com. And if you have a question or a topic you'd love me to cover, send me a message or leave me a voicemail at 914-297-7692. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep up the good work. And remember, running a nonprofit is tough, but you're tougher.